We gotta talk about the state of this game. This isn't gonna be a scripted video or anything. I just gotta get this off my chest. We gotta rant. We are 1 year in, and the player base just refuse to just understand the basics of this game. And as a tank main, this season has just been god awful. I took a year off, by the way. Right back in season 0, the triple DPS, quadruple DPS meta just took the fun out of it. So I left, and I came back after a year hoping the player base had learned. Gang, I was wrong. And I think the devs are doing their best. They're trying to cater to the way the meta is shifting to the solo tank experience because their player base eats glue. And my proof is through Angela. Gang, this is literally my first day back after a year. I picked Angela, bought the skin for her, and I'm testing her out. And in the lobby, people are telling me, yo, don't pick Angela, gang, she sucks. No, stop it. Y'all suck. Stop it. So I'm gonna make this video and educate you guys on how to use Angela properly, gang. And this is me just dicking around. See, I died right there because I didn't know how to play her. But look how quick I pick up on her, gang. Right? Who does she remind you of? Who does she resemble? If you like playing Venom, you might like playing Angela. If you like playing Captain America, you might like playing Angela. If you like playing Spider-Man, you might like playing Angela. She has the most potential in the game, and people are sleeping on her, and it baffles my mind, right? She has high mobility. She's a tank. Oh my gosh, oh no, she's not a tank. No, shut up, she's a tank, right? She has a fucking shield. She's a tank. So learn to utilize her kit instead of sucking and then blaming it on the character. She has high potential, high movement. Look how quick I'm going in and out of that fight, gang. Look how quick. My healers can't rely on them, but that's a whole different rant. So I have to adjust. I'm able to adjust in battle, right? She has the mobility, and if you have map awareness, she has the mobility to where you can literally not rely on your healers, gang. If you know where health packs are, get in and out, go get it, get back in the fight. You see me utilize that as I'm learning to play her in real time. You have no idea how many times I've played with other people using Angela, and they're just sucking. They're just flying straight into combat without utilizing their shield. They're just poking. Mind you, I am guilty of poking at first, but I learned, hey, she has a fucking melee. I can chain her melee into her poke and launch enemies and dish out damage, right? Like, it's not hard. It's not rocket science, man. This shit is dumb easy with Angela. People are just like, oh man, she sucks. She's a terrible tank. No. She's an amazing tank. She has great mobility. She has great sustainability, right? And in the right hands with the right player. Look how I'm in the enemy back line, gang. I just went straight past their back line for the health pack. That's called map awareness, situational awareness, something that the player base drastically lack, gang. They lack this shit. This is me, first time on Angela, just dicking around, and I'm able to just put 2 and 2 together. Now, first time using an ult. I didn't know this at the time, gang. This is my first game. I didn't know this at the time, but when you use your ult and you press the ult button again, she does like a power hop into the enemies. I figured this out later, but notice how I utilized her ult to pin the 2 enemies healers back there, so my team can punish their tanks in the front line. Gang, this shit is dumb easy. Well, no, I'm having difficulty getting through this door, but this shit is dumb easy. It's not hard at all. It's not. Angela has the highest potential for creative players in the game. But the problem is, right, the Marvel rival community lack brain power. It's like a whole bunch of grown kids. It's like 30-year-old, 40-year-old men who have the thinking capacity of a second grader. These were the kids that were eating glue, and now they're adults playing video games, gang. That's the player base right here. So as a result, if something requires effort, requires you to, use your brain, it's an impossible task for these niggas, bro. It's an impossible task for the player base, bro. I'm telling you. Between the triple heal and DP, the triple heal comp this season, and everyone just insta-locking DPS as always, tanks and strategists are just left to suffer because the player base refuses to learn the basic of the game. It's impossible to grind rank, gang. So I feel like Angela being added to the game is the devs' way of, I guess, trying to push the meta towards more solo tanks, right? Because if you can't rely on your healers to heal you, get the fuck out of there. The problem is the tanks are too slow. Angela fixes that. You feel me? You don't need your healers if you have map awareness, gang. You don't need your healers. Like, look at this. I just ducked all that smoke, went straight to the back line, right? If I'm low on health, cop a little health pack right there. Back in the fight. Boom. Jean Grey got banged. Boom. In their face. Solo on Thor. Solo on the whole squad. Getting hefty. Get out of there. It's that easy. Rinse and repeat. Like a fucking kindergartner could do this shit, gang. But you have grown adults struggling to learn Angela. It baffles my mind. It baffles my mind. So once again, their Ultron is ulting, right? And I'm holding down the front line. I'm holding down the objective by myself. So I don't want to hear this bullshit, gang, that Angela is not tanky enough. I was just there soloing 4 people holding down the objective by myself, gang. You feel me? Granted, my healers locked in with me and they provided me with healing, but I was the only one on the objective. So this narrative that Angela is not tanky enough or she doesn't feel like it, no, gang, you just suck. You lack the ability to comprehend her kit. Just say that. Stop lying to yourself. Do yourself a favor and start telling the truth, because then you can start improving, right? You're not in denial, gang. You're not in denial. You can start improving. It's okay. There are times I've sucked, right? Wolverine is my main. But for the first 3 months of him, learning him, I sucked. I got called the most unholiest things in voice chat because I was pretty much, a liability to the team. But I took that criticism and perfected Wolverine. I perfected him. Now, I can just pretty much use Wolverine as a pseudo tank, gang. I like, this shit is not hard. It's done easy, but people make it hard. They make the game unplayable. They make it not fun. Like day 1 back from a year hiatus, and nothing has changed. People still insta-locking DPSs. Healers don't get enough respect. No one wants to play healers anymore, or if they do, they'll switch to triple heal and just ruin the whole match. You know what I mean? You switching to triple heal at this point in Marvel Rivals, when you insta-lock DPS in the beginning, just means you suck. You care more about your stats than what you can contribute to the team. You're just switching to a healer so your stats aren't shite. You feel me? You can't mask that up. You suck. And once again, this is just me dicking around. If you watch the video and pay attention, you've seen multiple times, like, I'm not trying my hardest. I'm not going sweat lord on these guys, right? Because one, this is my first time learning her, so I'm trying to get the feel for it. But with a novice understanding, I repeat, with a novice level understanding, I was still able to perform the task at hand. Do her job, gang. I'm solo tanking this game. Solo tanking. I'm the only tank. And I'm putting on. Like, you feel me? Angela was created to solve this problem. And I'm showing y'all that making this video to prove that. Right? Because the meta is just whack. People don't want to play tank. People don't want to play strategist. So the devs have to respond in a creative way. The Marvel Rivals devs, you guys are excellent. Love y'all. Your player base, not so much. But at the end of the day, the devs are responding to the player base. So the problem with tanks right now is that they don't have the support. Your tank's role is to create space, but they need your team. They need a DPS to be by their side to take aggro with them. They need the healers to provide healing. Your tank is your backbone, gang. But the player base is so selfish. And look, we won. Splendid stats. We won, gang. Angela does not suck. Y'all suck. Learn the game. Learn your characters. Please, I beg the Marvel Rival community. Please.